As you all know, today the topic is very, very interesting. I would like to take up and start the conversation. And there will be some, technical glitch. So Rajni ji is supposed to do this, and hopefully she'll join us soon. So let's take the discussion forward. And I would like to know about the very contemporary topic today from Justice Vijender Jain, his views on the new normal.
You see, I would only say a few words because maybe the other people will panelists will speak. The role of women entrepreneurs. I think this is after this total economic disaster which we are facing in the country today, in view of pandemic, assumes greater significance and greater role. In India, we have, right from very beginning, women who have taken part in industrial development, not so many, but very few whom you can always count that so-and-so is a woman and he is leading in the industrial sphere or in the banking or financial sector. But now as the situation has emerged, it's not a question that we sit back. Women have already gone past that era from 1990 when globalization started by P.V. Narasimha Rao government and later on further by NDA and UPA. The role of women depends in our country, apart from their own creativity and their own desire to establish an entrepreneur, and how much support they get from the state. What are the schemes which the state has generated where they give impetus to women's involvement in taking this country towards economic development? And of course, once we talk of country's economic development, it is the development of the women as such as a whole. After all, women constitute roughly about 50% of our population. Though a lot of women are just destroyed in the womb in this country, as you know, which I spearheaded a campaign with Mr. Batra. Remember when I was the Chief Justice of Punjab and Haryana High Court, way back in 2006, I started a campaign as a Chief Justice, sitting Chief Justice, that भ्रूण हत्या को रोकने के लिए, so that more women can come and participate in the economic, social, cultural and political life of our country. Now, broadly speaking, there are about 10,000 only odd industrial, small, medium, large units which are manned by women. It is not a very, very big number, insignificant number if we just see in the whole scenario. But one thing which is very important with all of you, most of the audience, I must be the women for this and the business world, the magazine dealing with the business, that women are more view of risk. That is in comparison to men, because they are by their own instinct and birth. They have a nuanced view of taking risk. So they can be a successful business women.
True.
Now,
they are more risk takers.
Yeah, and I would say that as far as the women are concerned, we can't just simply say that everybody is going to be an entrepreneur or having a big industry, heavy industry. Because
Right.
Indian women live, most of them in the villages. So it is how to empower that class of women who can be very useful for the growth of their village industry, for
True.
their crafts, for their
Absolutely.
traditional craft in the
Right.
villages. And when
Right.
one village entrepreneur is there, a women entrepreneur is there, they will like to have women as most of the workers in the. So in that
True.
case, that the development should take place, and we should try and we should see that the development takes place in the rural section of our villages, so that more women are involved in cottage industry, pottery industry, embroidery industry,
Right.
IT industry, healthcare industry, service industry. All are dominated by women. And women can be the leader, and they are the leader, some of them. If
True.
there is a proper direction is given, the proper state machinery helps in this. Now, I do not know what is the government has announced a lot of plans for MSME, small scale industry, medium small scale industry, small scale industry. What is the position of having loan to these from the bank if they really help and the women are honest? I won't say men are basically dishonest, but women, if they have taken a loan, there will be desire from them to must pay back.
True.
Maybe sometimes people take loan and they buy good luxury cars and vehicles and other things, and when the turn of repayment comes in, it's all gone. Then they are NPA because they have not utilized the capital which they have borrowed for use and making money from money. But women knows how to save and how to make money from money.
True.
So that's another aspect in women's character, which actually contribute, and that a woman can become a better entrepreneur for development of country. And after liberalization and globalization of the economy, the chances for women to come up is far greater. Why? After we cannot shut our eyes to gender inequality, whatever we may say, at
Absolutely.
whatever level we may reach. But in our subconscious mind, always we have thought that women have to be sitting at home and caring for the children and cooking food for me, whether I work or I do not work. That's a male chauvinism. The society is dominated by that. Even most educated, highly placed people, they also suffer from the same problem.
True.
Because time is at our great constraint, I would only like to emphasize as to what are the challenges which women face in India,
Right.
and how they should come over that.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody is interested to know that.
Yeah, that because that is
The main topic for today.
we have to take women as a specific target group. That's number one. If we want to have.
So I think Rajni ji has joined. So I would like to little break the thing. Apologies for that, but we were just waiting for her to join, and I'm glad she's here.
She should not apologize, and because it's a problem about the internet.
Rajni ji, yeah.
Hello everybody.
Hi, good evening.
Hi all. Hello Batra ji, बहुत चुप लग रहे हैं, बहुत उदास लग रहे हैं. We are here. We joined you finally. I welcome to Mr. Batra, Mr. Anurag Batra. I welcome former Chief Justice Haryana Punjab, Shri Virinder Jain ji. And yes, Madhvi, you are welcome, most welcome. Well, it's a really great pleasure and honor today, though with all the difficulties, probably this is a good experience that difficulties are always a part of any success. So we are all here together, and we have very prominent and very respectable people with us. And I would first of all like to really welcome Mr. Anurag Batra, a young leader, a leader, the Millennium Media Mogul. Mr. Batra is a journalist and an eternal optimist, is a luminary of great eminence. Mr. Batra is a first-generation entrepreneur. He acquired one of the most respected business publications in the country, Business World, and took the brand into the next orbit by increasing its gamut of coverage manifold. Under the erudite leadership, Business World has expanded into digital marketing, events, and of course, BW, communicates with young leader. Anurag Batra has founded the Exchange for Media Group, serves as its chairman and the chief editor, managing several big names under its aegis, namely exchangeformedia.com.
Rajni, let's introduce Jensab and get on to the webinar because we are both here only till 5.
Why you feel you are such a young person and you have achieved so many things?
I have lost,
happy.
Sir, Mr. Gupta, I have a long way to go. I can't match on a serious note your illustrious career. But one thing I am ahead, which is loss of hair, sir. That you cannot take away.
Anuragji, it's very important people should know that young people like you can really go forward.
I told Justice
They give a lot of
Vindhya Jainji my age, which I normally don't ask me. But let's move on to it's embarrassing. Let's move on to the former Chief Justice of the Punjab and Haryana High Court.
Anurag,
I have his profile right in front of me.
I am now 70, running 75. So when I see you, that in 48 or 49 you have done it, I am really very proud of you.
Thank you, sir. And I am from Haryana, as I told you.
Yeah, that I told you. That's another reason for me. And I know your family that way,
And I moved to from Mr. Anurag Batra move to Justice Vijender, a renowned and well-known personality. Justice Vijender Jain ji has a wide professional experience from being an acting Chief Justice of Delhi High Court to the Chief Justice of Punjab of Haryana courts in India from 2006 to 2008. And the ladder still goes up, and he became the chairperson of the Human Rights Commission. And he also, from 2012 onwards, and the international activities, he has been very, very active. He was president of Asia Pacific and Jurist Association, EC member of the International Law Association, EC member of the Asian Environment Compliance and Enforcement Network, VP of International Association of Democratic Law, held senior positions in India as the Indian Law Institute and member of the Coffee Posa, which does with the smuggling activities. He has written numerous articles on environment, protection and sustainable development, water resources and future management, referring criminal justice at grassroots, renewable energy at the climate change, and key issues like international commercial arbitration by Supreme Court of Mauritius, and also on the list of many other associations.
It's okay, fine. So
I will appreciate, since I have joined very late, I will appreciate Mr. Anurag Batra. A lot of people know you very well.
I would suggest that Justice Jain goes first. He's already spoken. Let him complete, then I'll come in. I was enjoying listening to him.
I will, Anurag, I will finish within 5 minutes, and then you can.
Then only question
I was enjoying, sir.
ask you,
I was enjoying
Batra,
what you were speaking, sir.
But I just like to ask you that the law of security and the family assets to women, in what way it has helped women in her journey of life? Because as an entrepreneur, we always face a problem because the assets are not in the name of the women entrepreneur, in the name of women as such, and that's where the security actually has no meaning. As a future security, woman has nothing in her hand except the so-called dowry, which the parents and the brother, sister, the siblings say that she has got in the name of dowry, she's got everything, so she need not be a part of the assets of the family. So I would like to have your views on that.
You see, first, just answering your question, so I would have covered that in my short talk. But now, that's very important part, and recent judgment and the changes in the inheritance laws for us, that daughters have got full-fledged share. She becomes a co-partner, like a maid, like a son, as far as law is concerned. So law has taken that care to put the daughter or a woman at the same pedestal as the son. But whether in implementation and working, really they get it or not, it is yet a far cry. Because as I was talking, we can't change our mindset. In India, we have always been a male-dominated society. Though we all worship women in all forms. Whether it's a goddess of wealth, it is Lakshmi. Whether it's a goddess of knowledge, it is Saraswati. Whether it's a goddess of fear, valor, and Shakti, is Durga. But when it is coming to killing, nobody wants a girl to be born in their family. That is the life we face today. And it has not yet changed. Though women have emancipated, a lot of women who are coming up, a woman is now, recently you must have heard, going to be a fighter pilot. Better. A woman is doing everything possible, but the mindset has not yet. Therefore, there is a need to change the mindset. This is what the reply to your query. Law is there. The legislature wants to help. They want to emancipate. They want to empower. But how much society want to empower a woman? That's it. How much we are prepared to empower the women? That's an issue for which we have to sensitize people. I always, the laws, statutes don't help. It is the mindset. It is the feeling, the sensitivity by which we treat these issues, not as a gender issue, but issue of equality. That's so important. And for that, these kind of webinars, seminars, meetings, I say always are very, very helpful. Now coming to my topic, I was saying that as far as how to encourage women entrepreneurs. Number one, women entrepreneurs should be targeted as a specific group in the country. Only then you can build their capacity. And number two, promote their participation and bottom-up approach in decision making. That's another point which I wanted to highlight. And you have to restructure all your financial institutions, credit-giving societies, and other institutions to see that when a women entrepreneur set up or start up or already having an enterprise, they are treated in a manner when they have not to be treated like others. You have to go to this place, you have to go to that place. So that way, one window opening would be of greater help to build up a base for the women entrepreneur in this country. You have also to see that there should be a specialized training and focus on human resource development as far as to increase their competitive skill as far as business is concerned. That's another important aspect. And then the state has also to identify, your women entrepreneur organization is also to identify as to what are the barriers of growth for development. If you can identify the barriers, the solution becomes simpler. This is another point I wanted to make. And there should be an endeavor to push women entrepreneurs in growth of industrial sector. That should be a concerted effort by all the stakeholders in the country. And similarly, micro credit system scheme which has been launched, as I said earlier, also I gave a hint, but I would like to micro credit scheme when we talk, it should be easily available. But in this country, the things start for better and it ends up in something that I was reading today. Batra, you must be knowing that some scheme for the farmers' welfare and crores of rupees in Tamil Nadu. Instead of going to farmers by this digital India, it has gone into the coffers of the persons who are distributing it. So the scheme was that middlemen should be eliminated and direct beneficiaries should be given this money. But there are, this kind of people. Even when this demonetization took place, how people suffered. Good, very good for the country. They were trying to have the black money out. But in the process of demonetization, how people make money, that of story everybody knows it. So the laws are there that they make it, but how far we can do it. So this one or three, four suggestions which I wanted to give in this regard. Now, why women will become a successful entrepreneur? Please mark. Because they are of their imagination. And I don't say it's because of I have to please women. No, I have no reason to please anybody now in the fag end of my life. Because look the capacity of a woman. Husband has scolded him. Child does not listen to her. Mother-in-law curses her. Still she makes food for everybody. Still she feels that she has a duty to run the house. So their capacity to imagine and capacity to deliver is much more than the male gender in the society. Now, what are the fields in which the women entrepreneur can play a significant role or they can undertake? Trading in computer, stationery, computer maintenance, sub-assemblies of electric goods, textiles, nutrition clubs, recreation centers for old people, screen printing, photography, mini laundrette. The situation will come with the working women more. You will require, like in foreign countries, that you have got laundrettes all over. You go and give your clothes and load. It's a big business. A lot of money in that business in Europe or other countries. Community kitchens, and you must have seen in this corona, at least I know, in my sector, in Noida sector 15A, there was 2 households. They were running some kind of a community kitchen because some people were sick, some
Sorry,
people
sir,
were sick.
for interruption, but most of the and women, of course, are doing. But when we talk of the business level,
in our sector, there were women. No male chef. No male chef. Anyhow, this is wherever. I'm just giving you general list.
Yeah.
Packaging industry. That's also women can play and undertake. Because now you can a lot of things you can do by machine. Of course, beauty parlors are one, which is always mostly cyber cells, they can also do it, and host of other activities which women can undertake in a more efficient manner because of their decision-making power, innovative power, managerial function. A woman can have a role to play in this scenario when industry is down. So you have Ma Saraswati with you, Goddess Lakshmi
Thank
with
you.
you,
Thank
and
you.
Shakti Durga with you.
Thank you.
Start with everything. Take the help of whatever the government has said. Think over new things and deliver to the society. I wish you all the good luck. I don't have much time. Almost I have taken, I think, Anurag's time also. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. I also learned something. So that's most welcome.
Thank you very much, Justice Patra. You have really mentioned so many, activities, so many areas where women can do many things. A lot of them are doing already in those fields, but of course, there is always an opportunity for the newcomers to come forward and take up the new activities. Now, I will request Mr. Batra, and I have been talking about him that Mr. Anurag Batra is a man of many talents. And some of the talents, I will say he is a serial entrepreneur, and he's someone who adorns many hats. Dr. Anurag Batra is an entrepreneur, an author, an angel investor, and a TV show host, and the founder of the iconic Exchange for Media Group, and the chairman and editor in charge of course, Business World Group. And Dr. Batra believes if you make your hobby your profession, you don't have to work, and life is a blessing. It's a wonderful, wonderful thought process, Anuragji. And may I request you to please
Thank
give
you so
your
much,
ideas.
Anji, for inviting me here. And I heard Justice Vijender Jain ji, who's the former Chief Justice of the Punjab and Haryana High Court. He talked about the various facets of how talent can be utilized to create livelihoods, if I may use that word. Now, let me tell you one of the things. Let me first say we are in the Corona times. So I want to say in Corona times, one, there is a 3C economy. I call it the collaborative, compassionate / caring, and third is a contactless economy. So we as individuals, entrepreneurs have to imagine our life and our work around it. Second, I learned 5 lessons during Corona. One, never say never. ये तो होता ही नहीं है, हो ही नहीं सकता ऐसा कुछ. Right? So in any sphere in life, never say never. Maybe I'll grow hair also, possible. Never say never. Second is, this shall too pass. Human beings are inherently resilient. They adapt, they survive. So like today, what we are doing is in old times, say in February, you would have called Justice Jain to a venue. He would have come, spoken. I would have come. We are doing this through technology. Third, it is very important is, while you need to look after everyone, you need to look after yourselves. Which, even in a plane, they say, put your oxygen mask, then help others. So self-care is even more important. Whether you're a CEO, whether you're a Chief Justice, whether you're an entrepreneur, whoever you are, self-care is very important. Fourth, less is more. We know we don't have to go out while we are used to a certain social life. It has been disrupted. We know less is more. And last but not the least, I keep saying, whenever it rains, look for rainbow. Whenever it rains, look for rainbows. Whenever it's dark, look for stars. It's time to look at positives. I spent 3.5 months with my parents at one go, which after 20 years of marriage, I've never spent, right? 21 years. First time in 3.5 months with my parents. I'm spending more time at home. I'm interacting more with my kids than I ever did. My productivity has gone up because there's no traffic jams. So clearly there are positives. We've been forced to go within because we can't go outside. So we've tried to find our purpose. Why are we doing what we are doing? Now let we come specifically to women entrepreneurship, women empowerment, opportunities, ownership by women. See, first of all, Justice Jen alluded to home entrepreneurs. You know, women have this innate nature of finding solutions to everything at low cost. घरेलू नुस्खे यहीं से निकले हैं वो. You know, what is घरेलू नुस्खे? They are solutions to problems, right? So women are innate innovators. And they're also very good at managing resources when their resources are less, right? They're inherently frugal. They understand, they save. So, you know, and they deploy money well, if I may use that word, from an entrepreneurship standpoint. So and digital has become very big. E-commerce has become very big. So it has given rise to home entrepreneurs. Right?
You're right,
that's what women. So it is an opportunity. Whatever talent you have, you can set up a small website. It takes 1,000 rupees to 6,000 rupees to set up a website. You can sell. If you make cakes, if you make chocolate, if you make that homemade food that people, you know, who don't live in their homes. So it's an opportunity for women to be entrepreneurs. Second, while I understand in urban India, it is a different scenario. Rural India, it's a different scenario.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, success and opportunity don't distinguish between a man and a woman. I know it's tougher for women, especially in rural areas. It could be in urban also, right? So they need to be nurtured. Today there are many self-help groups for women. There are groups for women entrepreneurship at every level, district level, state level, national level. So they can tap into that. And Justice Jain rightly gave the example. जहाँ पे सरस्वती जी का वास होगा, वहाँ लक्ष्मी जी तो आ ही जाएगी. So when you chase excellence, whether it's in doing a webinar or whatever you do, you know, I think the commercial returns will come in. All I need to say to women is they have to, you know, at the end the responsibility of anybody's success is on them. It's not anybody else's. You know, I have a 17-year-old daughter. She came at 14, she came second in the TIE Young Business Plan competition. Last month she won an IIT Delhi entrepreneurship competition. And she's extremely disciplined and sincere. Everything else will follow, skills, tools, degrees. But you know, the training, the best training she's got is at home. Her mother is extremely disciplined. So, you know, it will come from that. So she learns from her nanu, she learns from her mamu. So, you know, women at a young age learn from role models in their life. And that can shape them to a different level. So I think we need to expose young children to different role models and different ideas early on in life. And they should experiment with them. What is their calling? What is their purpose? So if they do that at an early age, today you can make money from anything you do. If you're a chef, you can make money. If you're an author, you can make money. If you know social media, you can make money. If you have video editing skills, you can make money. So skills, if the degrees are not important, skills are. I mean, imagine if there was somebody who knew how to repair an air conditioner in the last 5-6 months. There's been paucity of people who can, you know, repair air conditioners. There's paucity of plumbers. So skilling is very important. Skills are more important than degrees. I know in India we look at everybody who goes to IIT or an IIM as, you know, people who got real education. But education and skills are two different things. And post-corona, skills will matter much more than education. So I think women have to focus on skills. I'll leave it there. And as I said, if Confucius said, if you make your hobby or profession, you don't have to work. So your ikigai, you got to find what you're good at, what can be something that can be work for you, and can it pay? If all three come together, then for any women, it's a great time. So I just want to end there. I wish all of you luck, and I hope to meet you soon, face to face, have a cup of tea, coffee, especially you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Batra. Thank you very much.
I finished before 1 minute before 5.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
You said it. So many words in a one word. You find your own ikigai. and that's very important, especially for women. But I have to say one thing. You know, these problems
Yeah.
are equally bad for whether it's a male entrepreneur or a woman entrepreneur, I will say, or entrepreneur as such. As you rightly said, that the entrepreneurship do not see the gender, the problems are remain same. Now my point was, which I think I would like to know, because it's a broader perspective with the bigger issues in mind, with a bigger achievement. Not only that we do work from home and we, but if we already have an industry, we already have a factory, we already have a setup, then how you think, we are facing the similar problem as anybody else is facing. But still, as a woman entrepreneur, I would like to know that how women entrepreneurs participation can improve the economy of the country, because country needs a lot of people and lot of innovation, a lot of work. So I would really like to know from you, Mr. Batra, and from Justice Vijender, that what is your say in the
First from
matter.
Justice Jain and then I'll answer.
Okay, please. Justice Jain, please.
Well, I could not understand what you want to ask. Just shorten your question.
Okay. How women entrepreneurs, enterprises participation can improve the economy of the country?
How?
How women's
So they're saying, how can women increase the economy and the GDP of a country?
Why you
or
are
GDP
why
of
you
the
are
country?
asking this question? Every penny added to our growth or development boosts the economy. So if the women, as I said, I think you are not there. I said only small, medium, all cottage industry. There are only 10,000 units run by the women in this country, which is just a minuscule of 9% of our industrial activity. If we can increase it to say, let's say 20% or 25%, the Indian growth rate will jump. So this is your participation, women's participation in economic development of the country is a sine qua non for development of India.
Okay, well,
Okay.
thank you very
And
much.
I will
Mr.
answer it a
Batra.
little differently. Can I give you, Harshita Gildial has asked a question on fees of MBAs. So they say the fees are hefty. So say they're same for a boy and girl.
Yeah.
And I don't understand your question. Are you saying for girls there should be a lower fees for MBA? Maybe. So
No, but that will be
let me answer
that will be discriminative. We will violate Article 14 equality before law.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, is she that? So she's asking that, but let me answer Dr. Rajni Agarwal's question. See, I'll tell you, anyone whose family is good, he or she is balanced, they will take the right decisions, they'll be successful as an entrepreneur. If you have the love of your parents, if you have the love of your spouse, male, female, and you're at peace, you're centered, you'll automatically achieve more.
And if you are
No,
focused and
Focus, of course, sir.
that's two more. Another I add to Anurag what he said. One has to be focused, one has to be dedicated, and one should not just be in the search of quick money or quick result.
Absolutely. You have to be in the game long enough.
Yes.
And
There is
serendipity.
There is no shortcut to success.
Yes. Sir, I heard my father say when I was younger, 99% perspiration, 1% inspiration. And he would say to me, the Robert Frost saying, the woods are lovely, dark indeed, you have miles to go and miles to go before you. These were two things on my desk. My dad put, being a professor, an academician, and we have to study very hard.
You are lucky because at a young age you got a breakthrough and you could succeed. But you must be knowing you got a lot of friends who are in legal profession. I know. The stagnation period in the legal profession is very high. And the people who are from the law schools and universities and other things in thousands, how many they make success? I know. I only had, when I finished 10th year in my legal profession as a lawyer, I passed out in 69. After 10 years, there were only 4 students who are left in the legal profession. Rest have gone. They have either opened some entrepreneur or they have joined some law manager's post or some service, etc. in banks, insurance company, and others. So perseverance, focus, dedication, commitment, and I have to succeed. The inspiration from inside. ये मंत्र है.
I fully agree with that.
Beautiful. Very nice.
Agree with
With
that.
your permission, Dr. Rajni, may I pose a question from the
Please do
audience
that. Please do that. Yeah.
to Dr. Anurag Batra and Justice Vijayendra Jain? There's one question which we would like to know, the women entrepreneurs. Since the new normal started, more women entrepreneurs are coming up. What does the future look like?
Future is very good. Future, why you have, rather you have to build the future. You have not to see how future will look like. You have to make future brighter. You have to walk ahead, as Robert Frost quoted earlier. You have to miles to go, still long way to go. But I can't take rest. जो रेस्ट करने के लिए रुक जा, वो गिर गया.
True. Well
No,
said.
no,
And
Justice
Dr. Anurag,
Jain,
Dr.
बोला तो मैं
Anurag
हिंदी
Batra.
मेरी हिंदी सुदृढ़ है. So let me say it in Hindi. एक
Sure.
जाना नहीं तू कहीं हार के. I won't sing, otherwise the audience will run away. But point is, he's right. You got to be in the game. He said one thing before. I mean, you got to be in the game long enough to be able to succeed. He did well in his profession. Eventually, he did chair 2 high courts. You know, he was the acting Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court. He became the Chief Justice of the Punjab. Both are very prestigious and very large volume of cases. And I mean, I am aware of the cases some of the cases he dealt with. But let me say to all these women, the future is what you create, as he rightly said. Aapki, your at the end of the responsibility is yours. And let me say from an environment standpoint, the next 6 months may be a little tough, but post that, economy will start to come back. And in the next 12 to 36 months, we'll be in a better position than we ever have been. We've become much more digital. People, for women, it's very good because they can now work from home.
Yes, that's right.
Flexi working.
But
Earlier, so they can choose when they want to.
There's also a negative side to women working from home, because
Yeah.
a lot of families in Mumbai, when they're multitasking, they're managing home, they're managing children, they're managing work. So that gets a bit tough at times, They prefer it that they go to the office, they work and they come back home. They switch off and they switch on.
That is the biggest
they're not
issue,
able to do that.
because as a man, when you go out of the home, you are, you know that the children are well taken care of. And when women also, when she was working, going out, she knew that somebody is going to take care at home. But now that woman is all the time at home.
So,
Yes,
but
look after the
let's say for
household
younger
chores.
women, what
Yeah.
is better, going out and not looking at your child, or being in the home and looking at a child? So
Of
I
course,
think
being
employees are also more. And let
Yeah.
me say what Mahatma Gandhi said. The future depends on what we do in the present.
Yeah.
आज हम क्या करेंगे, उससे हमारा भविष्य बनेगा. So it's the time, and it's not a cliche.
और दूसरे, आप सब लोग जो कि है, हम सब लोग बड़े धार्मिक प्रवृत्ति के हैं, पर मैं हमेशा गीता के अंदर जो कहा है, जो भी आपने सवाल पूछा, माधवी आहूजा जी, आपने
Advani,
हमारा-
actually strongly mentioned Ahuja. I'm Advani.
कोई बात नहीं, वो सब चलेगा. तो Advani, ओके. हमारा गीता क्या, हमारा फ्यूचर क्या होगा? अगर हम फ्यूचर की चिंता नहीं करें, कर्मणस्यैवाधिकारे मा फलेषु कदाचित्. हमने कर्तव्य करना है, काम करना है. फल तो मिलेगा ही मिलेगा, पर फल की चिंता करके काम करेंगे तो फल नहीं मिलेगा.
Beautiful.
बिल्कुल नहीं.
और अब बत्रा जी की तरह से मैं भी जो कि फर्स्ट जनरेशन लाया. मेरे फैमिली में कोई ना जज था, ना कोई लॉयर था. मेरे फादर ने तो मुझे मना किया कि आपको वकालत चलनी नहीं है, तुम्हारे बाप खानदान में कोई वकील नहीं है, तुम कैसे वकील बनोगे?
Amazing.
And again, if you have what is called what is also very important is, I keep saying, and Justice Jain alluded to that, the harder you work, the luckier you get. There is nothing called luck. Luck is what you do.
You create your own destiny.
कर्मा से होता है. The direct
Don't
Direct
depend
pull.
on destiny. Make your destiny.
I hope. And again, we at Business World have our Visa Women Entrepreneur Summit and Award. We do a top 50 women. So, we do our bit to discover new people, not just established. So,
Should we take leave because you have also to go?
Yes, sir.
I have also to go, and thank you very much for inviting me. And lovely meeting with Anurag. I've never met him, though he's from my state where I was a teacher. And
I'll come and meet you as things are better.
Definitely.
When physically you feel it is comfortable.
My regards to you, Rajni, and to everybody in the audience.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. It was nice to be here.
Well, thank you so much, Justice Vijender-ji. Thank you so much for coming at a very short notice. I must appreciate that he came on a very, very short notice and without even giving any kind of a hitch. He just said yes to me. I'm feeling so privileged, so honored. Thank you so much.
Because you had one of my very favorite boys, like Tribhuvan Darwari. He spoke to me and he said, "No, आपने उसमें जाना." मैंने कहा मैं तो लॉ का आदमी हूँ, मुझे बिजनेस वर्ल्ड से क्या लेना देना है. But now I came to know Anurag is also expert in law. So he has got a magazine of the legal affairs.
I'm not an expert, sir. I know a little bit. I can't. That domain, but sir, जो चीफ जस्टिस होता है, जो जज रहा है, वो सब चीज का निचोड़ निकाल लेते हैं, मोटी बात. जब आप जजमेंट करते हैं तो मोटी बात, at the end boils down to basics and nuances.
वो आजकल मोटा भाई दूसरे कॉन्सेप्ट में बोलते हैं.
अच्छा, ठीक है.
Thank you. Bye.
I fully agree. I just wanted to say thanks to Anurag ji. Anurag ji, you have been, I've been watching you for a long time. And every day when I looked at you, I thought, why not we invite Anurag and learn something from him?
So, play is all mine. I met Justice Jain and I enjoyed. And Madhvi ji, हम आपका नाम चेंज नहीं कर रहे हैं. कोई conspiracy नहीं है.
I'm really honored. I just want to say.
नहीं, पर आप चेंज मत करिए, पर इनको डिफिकल्टी हो जाएगी अगर आप चेंज यही नाम रखेंगे तो. Bye.
In this adverse situation, I just want to say one thing.
यहाँ आपको ज्यादा स्ट्रेस होता है. जो आदमी जैसे मीटिंग के लिए जा रहे होते हैं ना, जो टाइम पे पहुंच गया होता है उसको स्ट्रेस कभी नहीं होता. जो लेट होता है उसको तो आपको बहुत स्ट्रेस हुआ.
I was very stressed today because I was getting very.
क्या कि मैं तो क्या Zoom तो ऐसा हो गया है. This is like doing a WhatsApp. It's become a way of life.
I was trying from other computer. It was not happening.
Bandwidth may be low. Whatever. Whatever होता है.
Yeah.
So all the best. If there are any questions, I can take. Otherwise, I'll also say bye. I have to join another webinar of my own. So if you permit me to go, I'll do that.
I want to say three things in the present circumstances. Thank you, all the viewers. Thank you so much for everyone to join us. I want to say only three things. Let's be more creative. Let's be more creative. Let's be more feel gratitude, and let's visualize nice things so that I will say creative visualization and gratitude, and of course affirmations, positive affirmations. This is what we have to do these days, and this will bring a lot of good changes in ourselves, our environment, and our surroundings.
Gratitude and positive affirmation.
Yes, positive affirmations, creative affirmations, and gratitude, because we are the lucky ones who are still here today talking to each other. There are so many who have lost lives, who are going through a lot of problems, who are fighting their lives with. So we have to be really, really thankful to the Almighty that we are here sitting, talking to each other, enjoying our life. Thank you very much. So these three.
And Rajni ji, I must say, Rajni ji is a great inspiration for all of us and a big, huge mentor. Lovely listening to Anurag ji. And of course, Justice Jain. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you so much, Rajni ji. Thank you, Anurag ji.
Thank you, Anurag ji, for all the support.